Alrighty, someone suggested that I try the Apple headphones with the mic on them, so I'm going to work on that. After today, we'll never have to worry about this problem ever again, which is nice. But I've decided to invest in a very expensive decision, and I am buying a YouTube camera. It is the time right now that I start investing in myself, in my passions, and my goals, and my dreams. And that first starts with buying a camera so I can make better quality content for my YouTube channel, which I want to see continue to grow, especially within the next month, within the next year, and then over the years as well. So I'm going to go take you guys to Best Buy where I'll be buying my camera. Let's go! Okay, we have arrived at the Best Buy parking lot. This is certainly an upgrade from my iPhone 8 and Apple headphones, so I'm pretty flipping pumped. Not gonna lie, I haven't been to a Best Buy in a hot minute, and there's so much stuff here. Okay guys, I just flipping bought it. I inserted my card for $830 and I'm like, this is happening, this is flipping happening. Not to mention, the worker I was working with was so amazing. Best Buy, you can use this to promote your store or whatever. I think I'll talk about this more inside when I film with my new camera. Oh, gross. You can see me from here. Okay. No battery? I don't want to like record something and then have it not work. No battery. Is it recording? Fingers crossed this is recording. Because it says like battery and then a slice in it. Don't know what that means. Anyway, the current date is December 19th, 2021, and it's right before Christmas, right before the new year, and I thought to myself, what is the point of waiting until I hit a certain goal or until the new year arrives in order for me to accomplish something that I've always wanted to do? To give a little backstory about why I even got this camera in the first place, I basically accomplished my life goal at 20 years old. If y'all don't know the backstory as to why my username is Jessica Stars in Space, basically I wanted to work at NASA ever since I was a little kid. That has been what has defined me for the first 20 years of my entire life. Everyone saw me as the girl that's going to work at NASA, the person that's obsessed with space. That was my entire identity, and nothing else was attached to that. I would like to mention that I love that this was and this is my identity. I love being associated with NASA and space and shooting for the stars. It means so much to me that not only myself but other people believe in me. And on my second day in my junior year of college, I accepted an internship to work at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Technically, my internship was supposed to end on December 17th, but I am so grateful to announce that I actually got extended for another internship period. This is all still very mind-blowing to me, and I'm so grateful to my mentor and the other people that have supported me throughout this journey. Right now, I have a break from school and I have a break from NASA before I start all of those back up again in a few weeks, and it really allowed me to take the time to think about what I truly want and where I'm at in my life and where I want to be in the next few years. I took some time to think about this bucket list item that I've been working to achieve for the last 20 years of my life, and I did it. Obviously, there's so much more I want to do in terms of NASA and space research and landing humans on Mars, but I think this is the perfect opportunity for me to start investing myself, my time, my money, my energy into other passions that I haven't had a chance to explore yet. One of those being my YouTube career. I remember my first video, I think, was in like the 7th grade, and hopefully that is not on YouTube somewhere. If it is, please don't watch it. It's so embarrassing. I remember back in the 7th grade, I used to record on my iPad mini, and then when I got into high school, I'd record on my phone, and even to basically today, I recorded all my YouTube videos on my handy dandy iPhone 8 Plus. As I'm entering 2022, I took the time to realize how pivotal 2021 is into shaping my mindset and helping me define who I am now and who I want to be. Buying this camera was the first step that I could take in order to become the person that I want to be and to set me up for that successful future that I'm after. I don't consider this a liability. I don't consider this an unnecessary purchase. I consider this an investment into me, an investment into my future. This was a very expensive purchase. By no means was it cheap, and I'm really grateful that I was able to save up enough money to work towards buying something like this. The grand total was around $826 for the camera and the vlogging kit. Before I get into how I feel about this camera, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my experience buying the camera at Best Buy. I walked into the store and there is so much going on in there. They have so many things in there, but I eventually made my way over to the camera section and I saw all these beautiful cameras and I was like, okay, this is it. I am investing in it. I don't care how much it costs and I'm going to do it. Eventually, I was able to connect with a worker there and we just, first of all, I cannot find the Best Buy survey, so I'm just gonna shout him out in this video. He actually has a YouTube channel. Hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing it with all of my subscribers and future subscribers, but his YouTube channel name is DHAFA. It looks like, hopefully you guys can see it. It looks like that. Out of the 20 years of my entire life, that was the best customer service interaction that I have ever had. I asked him about a bazillion questions. I wasn't even expecting him to know all the answers, but he was so helpful, and if he didn't know something, he would search it up. He didn't even care about upselling. He tried to show me what his personal recommendation was that was also the cheapest. He has such a great energy about him, and that whole entire interaction that lasted, I think, like 45 minutes was so amazing to have for my first expensive purchase. I told him I wanted to pursue YouTube more seriously, and he told me he also had a YouTube channel, but he's kind of been on and off with posting. And after I bought my items and I was about to leave, I looked at him and I was like, this is your sign. This is your sign that you needed to keep posting and keep pursuing that passion of yours. I think this is a good segue to get into specifics of this camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and give my own review. Not that I have much credibility since this is my first time owning a camera that's not my phone, but I do think that this can offer some insight as to see if it's user-friendly for someone who's never used a camera before. The first category is ease of use, and if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it 4.5 stars. The only reason I'm not giving it a full 5 is because I did have some difficulties setting it up. It wasn't, smooth sailing since I got it, but all of the problems that I had run into initially were ones that could easily be fixed by doing a quick YouTube or Google search. Not to mention that this product comes with like 50 trillion different manuals that I think was just a bit unnecessary because it came in so many different languages. I think what would be really cool for companies to do in the future would be to include the camera in the box, but include the manuals separately for free, but separately. That way you don't have to waste a bunch of paper, but then also not include so many different things that not every user is realistically going to need. For example, I only speak English, and it took me a while to find which manual had English on it. There was like Japanese, there was Spanish, there was Polish, there was just a bunch of different languages. And I appreciate how inclusive they're trying to be in terms of including a lot of different languages, but I do think it would be better in terms of saving time and the environment by saving paper would be to just include the manual separately, and then people can decide if they wanted to grab one for whatever language that they speak. Another thing that was a bit difficult to use was to insert the little fuzzy gray thing on top. The cover thing, this is like horrible terminology, but I had such a hard time getting it off. I thought I was gonna break the entire thing, but eventually I got it off and it was fine, so it wasn't a big deal. There is also a little cover that covers basically the charging area. You have to pull up a little flap and then stick the charger in there, and I thought I was gonna break this. I was like, oh my gosh, I should have spent $200 on the warranty. Luckily I don't think I broke it. A little questionable, it seemed a little flimsy at times, but I have no way to compare it to anything else. I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope it doesn't break. Yep. I suppose the next category can be price. Obviously, it was a pretty expensive investment. It was, like I said, around $826, but that is with tax and with the vlogging kit included. I think the camera itself, I also did get it on a little bit of a sale, I think was around $646, give or take like $20 or so. I think it was around there. I would say it's a bit on the pricier side. Then again, I have no comparison to any other camera, so I have no idea. But I guess I can make a better judgment on the price once I use this camera for longer and see if the quality kind of outweighs how much it cost me. So I think I'll just give it a 3.5. I mean, it was expensive for me, like an average person who's never used a fancy camera before. I'll say it was expensive, but in terms of long-term investment, I don't think it was expensive. Hopefully that made sense. In terms of quality of video, I have no idea. I mean, right now it looks really cool how I can see myself in this camera, and it seems like it's always in focus. Fingers crossed when I edit it, it'll be okay. I think I'll be able to give you guys more insight into that once I download the video onto my iPad, and then I'm able to see from there what the quality looks like. Also, I have pretty horrible lighting in my room. It looks bad if I were to record on my phone. Right now, looking in the camera, it looks really good, so hopefully it looks the same once I actually start editing the video. In terms of battery life and how long you can record a video for, that is something I'm also a bit concerned about. I think with full charge, it was only 2 hours and 20 minutes ish, give or take, which is not that long if you want to vlog all day without charging the camera. I think that could be a little bit annoying considering your phone lasts a really long time. At least it does for me, and I only have the iPhone 8 Plus with a lot of storage already used up, and it seems to work fine in that sense. Also, I don't know how long videos can last on here in one take.
For some reason, I thought it said 45 minutes, but that doesn't really make sense. I would say max, it would be like the full battery life. And usually on any phone or any iPhone, you're able to go over an hour. So that's another thing. But I do want to start making my video recording times a lot shorter anyway, so that it's less editing hassle on my end. So I think that the cap is totally fine. Another thing to mention is that you have to charge via a USB cord that they give you. So I'm not able to charge my camera directly to my MacBook because it doesn't have a port for that. Luckily, I have an adapter, so I can do it there. I have yet to see how the video content transfers over via Wi-Fi to my iPad, so fingers crossed that works out okay.
So it ended up not being okay. It was such a struggle to download the content from the camera to my iPad, but I did learn so much in the last 24 hours, so I'll definitely be posting another video on how to use the camera properly so I can save you guys so much time.
Since this is like the first few hours of me owning this camera, it's a little hard to determine how I feel about it because I haven't really tested it out too much, but based on first impressions, I would definitely give it an overall 5 out of 5 stars. I love this. It makes me feel like so professional as like a, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here, but I would just like to say thank you all so much for watching me and supporting me. As always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, or video ideas down below. I'm definitely going to be posting so much more now, and hopefully the quality is better. That's another thing. I don't know how the audio is going to be, and that's a really, really big thing that I wanted to fix for my old videos without having to use a separate microphone. So hopefully this is okay. Fingers crossed, I'll let you know. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. At the date of this video, I'm currently at 933. If y'all could hit that subscribe button and like the video, it'd mean so much to me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Oh my gosh. I'm like scared to hit the camera. Usually with my iPhone, I'm like, bye. But this one, light tap, light tap.